I'm really excited for that one. And honestly, like this one for me coming up, I want to say I want to love it, like I do, but Marvel Cinematic Universe, I have a problem with it. So it's going to be Wanda and the Vision.
Yep, that's another Disney Plus series.
Another Disney Plus series is right. That comes out spring of 2021.
Right. So in between Shang-Chi and our next movie, which is in May, we'll talk about that in just a second. So sometime in between February and May is when we're going to get WandaVision.
We're going to get WandaVision. And now, Wanda's powers in the movies are a heck of a lot different than the comic books.
Way different.
So I already hate that. I mean, I love the actress. I love Olsen. I think she's amazing at the part. She does what she can with it. And I don't know. I'm curious where this is also going to fall in line because Vision is dead, but he has been brought back. Maybe, we don't know. We didn't see him at Endgame's fight. He was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I don't think he was brought back in the snap. You know, when the Hulk did his snap in Endgame, I'm pretty sure Vision did not come back. I am guessing that because of the movie that this is going to tie into, this is going to play heavily into multiverses. There's going to be different multiverses that they're going to visit. Wanda and Vision. Maybe a return of Quicksilver.
Oh, it'd be nice to see your brother come back.
That would be pretty great. So, you know, I think there's a lot that they can play with. Yes. You mentioned not being super excited just because, you know, maybe you don't love what they've done with the character of Scarlet Witch.
I don't like her and Vision. He was only in a couple movies really, so I haven't gotten to love him yet.
I mean, for me, I'm excited just for the possibility of what this is going to do for those characters. I think you're going to explore within that miniseries. I think this is going to be the true definitive end of Vision. I think they're going to explore the multiverse. They're going to have some time together, and I think she's going to have to come to grips with the fact that now she has to live in a world without Vision. So it's going to give her that opportunity to do that. So I'm actually really excited about that. You know, again, it's not my favorite thing on the slate. It's not like, well, that's what I'm most excited about, but I am interested in seeing what they're going to do with it.
And it could be like one aspect they could always take of it, if it's just a little bit of the Vision, and can follow a person facing PTSD. Because let's face it, these characters have gone through a lot. And literally, she watched the love of her life. She killed the love of her life, get resurrected, and just for Thanos to kill him again.
Oh, man.
So, I mean, it would be interesting if they kind of follow more like a PTSD kind of route.
And that moment in Endgame, I'm just going to say it, when she comes down in front of Thanos and is like, you took everything from me, and he's like, I don't even know who you are. And like, who are you? And she's like, you will. You know, and like literally he has to call on all his gunships to rain because she is tearing him apart.
Exactly.
Like that's an awesome moment. So yes, they have completely overpowered her. And it's completely different power set than it is in the comics. But you know, I'm still looking forward to it.
I'm excited.
And I'm really excited for this next movie.
That's where I'm excited for, honestly.
You know, May 2021, Scarlet Witch going to be making an appearance in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes, so this is where I think I'm finally going to enjoy Phase 4. Because in my mind, this is what I'm thinking. They're going to somehow tie in the Fantastic Four and X-Men and explain the multiverse theory and explain everything. I really think it is. I think this is where it's all going to happen. We're going to get X-Men in here, and we're going to get Fantastic Four. I'm putting money down on that.
Well, and again, Feige did say that the Fantastic Four and mutants were going to show up in Phase 4. He didn't say they were going to get movies in Phase 4, but he said they were going to show up in Phase 4. That's in development. Yes. I think I'm with you. This is the most logical place to throw them in, is in this multiverse area. And, you know, for someone who was lukewarm on the first Doctor Strange movie, the visuals obviously were really cool.
Oh, yes.
But it wasn't my favorite. Like, I liked it. I like all the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, even Iron Man 2. But it wasn't my favorite, certainly of the origin stories. It felt very rote. But I liked a lot what they did with this character. They brought his character out in Thor Ragnarok a little bit. His initial scenes were good. And then obviously Infinity War and Endgame. Mostly Infinity War. I mean, he had a very small part in Endgame.
Really?
But I really like that development. I'm liking that character a lot more. So now I'm really excited for this. And teaming him up with Scarlet Witch, I think, is a really interesting pairing because they both are super powered in a lot of ways. And so it'll be interesting to see what they bring in. And they did announce the villain for this one is going to be Nightmare. So that'll be really interesting to see how into their power set. And, you know, because obviously it's going to have to be challenging for them. I mean, like, we know how these stories go. Halfway through the movie, they're going to seem beaten and battered, and like they don't have a chance to win. You know, like that's how these stories go. So it'll be really interesting to see the type of villain that they come up against.
Exactly.
And the one thing I did really like about the first Doctor Strange movie is he actually had to use his mind to win, that battle against Dormammu. It was, I'm going to sacrifice myself over and over and over and over again. And so that was definitely an interesting way to deal with that.
Yeah.
And so it'll be really interesting to see. He's not just a brute fighter. He's not, just someone who's going to, like, punch you over and over again.
Well, he really can't. They're going to punch him and he's going to be knocked the heck out.
My
hands are broken again.
But it'll be really interesting to see how their dynamic plays out.
I'm curious because, like you said, they have the villain already set. But where's Baron Mordo? Baron Mordo has been, well, I don't know, they haven't even called him the Baron yet. They haven't given him his title. So
Chiwetel Ejiofor in the first movie played him, and I thought was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, he knocked it out of the park.
One of my favorite parts. Yeah.
But at the end of it, in our, the end credit scenes that Marvel does, you see him going, and now he's killing other sorcerers and making sure that they can no longer use their magic.
Right.
So I'm curious how that's going to play into it. Are they going to bring him back? Are they even going to talk about him? Is he the one that's going to cause the rift in the multiverse?
Yeah.
So I'm curious where it's going to come. Because, in the comics, he serves Dormammu. Yeah. So the fact that they really didn't tie that in very much, is he going to serve somebody else now? Is he going to serve Nightmare? Is he going to serve Dormammu? What is he going to do?
Yeah.
So I'm curious on that one.
Yeah.
And it all leads up to the next one, basically.
And that kind of is where we got details up to. Everything else after this point, like, they announced several things, but we don't have a ton of details about these things.
But the last two are my favorites so far.
I know, I'm with you. But the next one that we get is another Disney Plus series. Again, in spring of 2021. Remember, spring runs until June. Is when, the seasons change. And so May is Doctor Strange, so pretty much right on the heels of that, sometime within that next month.
Which makes me wonder if they'll tie in somehow, maybe.
Yeah, you're going to get a Disney Plus series that is Loki.
Yes.
And so they did announce that this is going to be right after that moment in Endgame when the Space Stone ends up getting kicked to him right after the Battle of Avengers. So this one is going to be set at least at the beginning in 2012 with Loki, taking off with the Space Stone. So in that timeline in 2012, who's still there? Thanos is still there.
Thanos is still around.
As someone that, has tasked him with retrieving the Space Stone.
Yep.
So now he's got the Space Stone, and he's somewhere off in parts of unknown.
Exactly.
Is Thanos going to play into that role? Is Thor going to play into this? Is it going to tie into the multiverse stuff?
Yeah.
Obviously Loki as a character in our version evolved through a couple more Thor movies to the point where he wasn't quite as antagonistic. He was still, he was helping out Thor. They developed that relationship. It's not there anymore.
No, it's all gone.
Now we're retconned back to 2012. It's similar to what happened with Gamora and Star-Lord, where, hey, now we don't really know each other, or in this case, the relationship is right after, obviously the Avengers battle.
Yep. He just got defeated.
So, again, another miniseries with Loki. We don't have a lot of details about it. That's really all we have.
Exactly. And the thing with Loki, and the turning point for him was his mother, his adopted mother, dying.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened yet.
Good
so
point.
the whole point is he doesn't have that internal struggle of, oh, mom's dead, know? And he hasn't taken over Asgard as Odin. He wasn't playing any of that.
Right.
He didn't get to do any of that stuff yet. So now here's Loki back without a conscience, essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's going to be back to who he was. Mm-hmm. And then my question is, because of this, is everything after 2012 going to be rewritten? Because now that's all gone.
Yeah, I think, again, like you said, I think this is going to play into the multiverse stuff that they're doing in, obviously, Doctor Strange and probably WandaVision.
Yes.
And so I'm anticipating, again, it's a limited run. I'm anticipating by the end of that series, that'll probably be the last time we see Loki. That's my guess. Unless they could possibly bring him back in Thor 4, which we are getting to. We're almost there. We got a couple more things to get to. Next up on the slate, another Disney Plus series coming out in summer of 2021. This one's animated. But it does have a lot of the actors returning to voice their characters.
Yeah.
Haley Atwell's coming back. Natalie Portman and a bunch of other characters. Not mentioned Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
But basically all the other core Avengers have been announced as coming back, as well as Jeffrey Wright voicing the Watcher in What If.
That'd be so fun.
So this is the Marvel series that is basically they are going to examine moments from the MCU. They said this is like MCU moments, and what if something different happened? They've already even said that the first episode, I believe, is going to be what if Peggy Carter got the superhero serum instead of, Steve Rogers. And so now this is going to be Peggy Carter basically as Captain America in 1945. So...
And that'll be interesting because the fact is now we're going to get the female Captain America essentially.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, the what if stems from the comic book, same name,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the same idea. What if something else happened that day? So one of my favorite ones from the what if storyline was what if Spider-Man kept the what was it, the cosmic bands, I believe it was, or the Captain Universe. I'm sorry, and that's where he was basically essentially a cosmic superhero.
Wow.
And what happens if he keeps it? And so these are other what ifs. So what if, Ben didn't die that day? Or what if, like he said,
Yeah.
Peggy keeps a shield? Or what if Iron Man didn't build the Iron Man suit? What would happen?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Little things. And it's just a little twist on everything. So it'd be nice to get a little series of what if. And if you're a huge comic book fan, this is for you.
Sure.
If you're wanting to see the movie stuff, I probably would skip this one, honestly. If you're just a movie fan, because I don't think there's no tie-in at all.
I mean,
this.
I don't think it's going to tie in and affect any of the movies and series like the other ones are. Like the other Disney Plus series are going to tie into the movies. Kevin Feige did say that.
Yeah.
Especially, they were very particular about WandaVision tying directly into Doctor Strange. But yeah, this What If series is really just going to examine moments from the MCU. So if you're a huge MCU nerd, I say still do it.
I mean, yeah.
But it's not going to necessarily have an effect on the other events of the timeline.
Exactly.
This is the one I could see continuing. This could be an ongoing series on Disney Plus. It is an animated series, and so that's obviously you don't have to get the actors back.
Right.
You don't, do all those things. And so in that case, like they've said, these are limited series, but that's the one I could see kind of being an ongoing one.
And that's true. Like you said, there will be, who knows what next year will hold. There might be a season 2, season 3. Especially if they keep it 6-7 episodes, that's easy to knock out for animation. Pay the voice actors and you're good.